Safely sharing the road is also an important message each spring. Amber O'Brien is the agriculture educator for Calumet County. She's here with some tips whether you're driving a tractor or the family minivan. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Melaine. So I just want to say that there's a lot of agriculture throughout a lot of northeastern Wisconsin. It's predominantly ag, so we've got a lot of farmers that are coming out onto the roads, and with the wet spring, there's going to be a lot of mud pulled out on the roads as well, so we have to take caution when we're driving on the back roads and things like that, of farmers needing to get in and out of their fields as the season moves on.
I recently got to witness a demonstration on a closed road thanks to the Farm Bureau. What are some of those situations that farmers see coming up over and over again that really make driving kind of tricky for them?
Yep, so a lot of their equipment can kind of go over the center line, so they do have to pull over a little bit occasionally to let cars pass. However, it is illegal for anybody to pass an implement of husbandry vehicle, which is the same as any sort of farm equipment. As of 2014, there was a state law passed that in a no passing zone, you cannot be passing those farm equipment. And farmers also, when they take turns, they take a lot of wide turns.
Yeah.
And they don't always have blinkers on their equipment. So if you're going to attempt to pass a piece of farm equipment, make sure that it's not through an intersection or into a field entryway, because if they got to turn left, there's a lot of accidents that happen there, or even taking wide turns, possibly having to go into the other lane to turn right as well. So basically, the whole concept of this is just to slow down, use caution, and if the tractor's slowing down, let them make their turns.
And certainly on these rural roads, speed limits are high, 55 miles an hour, and closing that gap can really happen in a very short amount of time. So allowing that stopping distance is also critical. What about farmers though? How can they sign their vehicles properly, making sure that they're as visible as possible?
Yep, so farmers are required to always have their flashers going whenever they're on the road, so that way people who are driving on the road can see it from a distance. And they use reflective tape, so it's important for farmers to make sure that that's all cleaned off. So if they're driving at night, it's easy for people with lights to be able to see that, and just making sure the lights in general are all working. And farmers they're constantly, they're always looking back to check their equipment, things like that. So they're very aware of the vehicles around them. But it's really important for the other vehicles to be aware that a lot of these tractors are only going 20, 30, maybe 35 miles an hour. So like you said, that gap closes pretty quick as opposed to somebody driving 55.
What resources has UW put together for both farmers and motorists?
Yep, so on the UW Extension website, we have an implement of husbandry rules or recommendations basically that talk about both the state and just safety tips that you can use, such as if implement of husbandry, even if they travel less than 25 miles an hour, or if they have to have a slow-moving vehicle sign. But if they go over that, they can still keep that on there.
Perfect.
And they're not required to let anybody pass them.
Okay.
Like I said, just because they're pulling off the side of the road does not necessarily mean everybody else can pass. So there's all those sorts of rules and recommendations that the website has.
And we'll put a link on our website, wearegreenbay.com/Midwest Farm Weekly, if you want to check out all of those suggestions. Thank you, Amber, for being here. Good conversation.
You.